What's up, everybody? Week 11. Few weeks away from the playoffs, man. And it's tight. It's tight. As you can see, got my hard hat on. I got to check out the UBS arena yesterday. They had a little Islander fan fest thing. They were giving out some swag, so I got my Islander hat. And man, I can't excited, man. New home. Can't wait to see what the Islanders do next year. Can't wait to see what my Mets do next year. Giants actually have me excited right now. We actually might win a division. So I'm hyped right now. My teams, there's a bright future, and I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot, man. I've gone through a lot of bad seasons these past few years, so it's good to see things turn around. All right, let's jump into last week, and man, Terry, dude, good win. I mean, I can't take nothing away from you. I was pissed. I was watching that Minnesota game. That last touchdown to freaking Thielen killed me. If Cook rushes that in, Minnesota wins, game's over. I win the week. Instead, he throws the touchdown to freaking Thielen, and he catches that ridiculous touchdown in the first quarter. Got the nice pull out the win, 95-90. Terry, you're 4-6, and I'm telling you, you're the dangerous team that if you get in on the seventh or eighth seed, can really do some damage because you've got a little squad there. Eli, two-time Super Bowl MVP, drops down to 6-4. Crushing loss. Baby Shark versus Bushwick Hitman, and man, Bubba, man, you're on the slide again, man. You had a nice little run there, but now you've lost 3 in a row. You dropped down to 3-7. Evan, you're still in the playoff race. You're 4-6. That win was huge for you. Like I said, tied for that 8th spot. Mean Machines versus Legendary Giant, and in an upset, Mean Machines with a 97-69 blowout against Legendary Giant, the top team in the league. Man, nobody. I mean, Russell Wilson probably had one of his worst games in like years, and no one did anything for you, man. Listen, good win, man. You won 2 in a row now. You're 4-6. You're tied for that last playoff spot, man. Too bad you're gonna get an L this week. Flying Buffalo versus Team Deal, and Alex, you get the win, 107-91. Danny, tough loss, man. Listen, I mean, I know, man. You lost 3 in a row now, and again, you had a little momentum going, and that stopped. Alex, you've righted your ship after starting off strong. You've had a few losses, but you seem to be back on track now, and you're 6-4. Danny drops down to 3-7. Bad Boys versus Brooklyn Giants. I knew it was going to be a close game. I'm surprised Brooklyn Giants even scored over 100 points. They barely did. Bad Boys gets the win, 109-104. Eddie, 7-3 now, tied for that top spot, man. Had a good win, man. Kyler Murray had a huge game for you. Josh Jacobs had a huge game for you. Man, Will, you just missed it, man. You're 4-6 though. You're still tied for that last spot, and actually, you have the 8th spot holding right now. I guess you have the tiebreaker. And Team 8000s versus Steel Curtain, and oh my God, I think this may be the worst loss in our fantasy league history. 115-39. 39 points in a fantasy week, Ariel, and that's just tough. I mean, you also had somebody in the bye, granted, I give you that, and you had no way to put a wide receiver in because your wide receivers shared the same bye. That being said, 39 points. Holy crap. And Team 8000, Marco, you got the win, tied for that last playoff spot. Listen, you still got a shot. Ariel, luckily that loss puts you at 5-5, so you still have good ground in this playoff race. You just gotta make sure you get 1 or 2 more wins if you want to lock it in. And in the final matchup, Colin Kaepernick versus Frank Jets, and Colin Kaepernick gets the win, 135-103. Jordan now is in tied for first place. Frank Jets drops down with me at tied for 4th. So we're getting down to it. There's only a few weeks left. And looking at the division, man, it is tight. Very tight. Usually around this time, teams are breaking away from the pack. That's not happening this year. Everyone is pretty much concentrated. I mean, there's only a 3-game difference between 8th seed and the number 1 seed. And listen, the next 3 weeks, anything can happen. Could change, could flip orders, could knock people out. Legendary Giant, Colin Kaepernick, Bad Boys, all tied at 7-3. Tied for first place. Followed by Eli two-time Super Bowl MVP, Flying Buffalo Wings, and Frank's Jets, who are 6-4. Then rounded up, Ariel by herself in the 7th seed with a 5-5 record. And then we had 5 teams tied for that last spot with 4-6. Brooklyn Giants, Mean Machines, Baby Shark, Gotham Knights, and Team 8000. Coming down the stretch, man. We're going to look at this week's matchups. And this week's matchups, man, the first matchup is Eli 2-time Super Bowl MVP versus Mean Machines. And like I said, man, sorry, Khalid, but you're going to get the L this week, man. I need this win. I need to solidify my standing in the playoffs. Listen, we got some games today where if they win, they're in the playoffs. If I'm right, Legendary Giant, Bad Boys, and Wappernick. If you guys win this week, you're in. So we can have start some teams clinching. Next matchup, Flying Buffalo Wings versus Baby Shark. And I'm going to take Flying Buffalo Wings just because Dalvin Cook, I think, is going to have a monster game against Dallas. Even though if Baby Shark wins, I wouldn't be surprised because they have a lot of good matchups this week. But I just think Taysom Hill against the Lance is going to be interesting to see. I can see some rushing touchdowns there. It's going to be interesting to see. But I got Flying Buffalo Wings in that matchup. Colin Wapnick versus Team Deal. And Danny, man, I'm sorry, man, but the slide's going to continue, man. I think Colin Wapnick is going to get the win. I think Jordan's going to clinch the playoff spot this week. And I got them with the win. And Team 8000 versus Bushwick Hitman. I'm going to go with Bushwick Hitman. Bubba, you've got to break the shot. I mean, you've got some good running back. You've got some good pieces. It's going to be a close one, but I think Bushwick Hitman is going to get the win this week. I think he's going to break the Schneid. Bad Boys versus Frank's Jets. And Frank's Jets, I think the Schneid is going to continue. I think Bad Boys is going to get the win. And I think Bad Boys are going to clinch their playoff spot this week. Next up, Steel Curtain versus Gotham Knights. And I'm taking Gotham Knights. Like I said, Terry, you got a really good team, and your guys are not all really healthy. Man, Mahomes, Sanders, Thielen, Adams. You got a good squad. And I just got Gotham Knights getting the win this week. And then last but not least, Brooklyn Giants versus Legendary Giant, the Battle of the Giants. And I think Legendary Giant's going to get the win. I think Juan also clinches. So I think all top 3 teams are going to clinch this week with wins. So I got Eli 2-time Super Bowl MVP, Flying Buffalo Wings, Colin Kaepernick, Bushwick Hitman, Bad Boys, Gotham Knights, Legendary Giant. All right, so a trade happened over the weekend. So I learned this weekend that A, you got to be careful when you're looking on your phone because you can veto a trade very easily. And B, that you can approve a trade right away, which I just found out. Me and Colin Kaepernick had pulled a trade initially for Landry and it was Landry and who did we give up? And Waller for A.J. Brown and Higbee. And after they pulled a trade, the trade got vetoed, so we put the trade back in. And then I approved it. I did not realize that when you approve, it happens right away. And that's good to know for future trades. So going forward, if any trades get pushed forward, I'm just going to approve it right away. Did not know I had the capability to do that. Things you learn as a GM 9 years in. But we pulled a trade. The other trade I pulled earlier this season may look to bite me in the ass. Freaking Mixon may be out the year. So that sucks, but what are you going to do? Evan, take good care of Herbert. Make sure you do well with him. That's pretty much it, man. Giants got the bye this week. You guys have a good Thanksgiving. Next week, I'm going to be on location doing my video, potentially, possibly. That's pretty much it, man. Got nothing more to report. Enjoy your weekend. Go Islanders. Go Giants, even though I got the B. Bye-bye. Let's go Mets. And here goes Colin Kaepernick harassing me. All right, talk to you guys soon.